Oh, ooh, this is scary, this is weird, this is different, I'm gonna turn the video off. These are all probably things you're thinking right now seeing my ugly mug up here instead of two big hands and a table. But trust me, just stick with me, this is not going to last. This is just a special thing for this video. And besides, since the discovery of fire, people have been doing their GFest hauls just like this. So it was a matter of time before I had my own crack at it. And actually, this is my first proper haul video ever from GFest. Back in 2022, I did do a haul for my friend GPTV, but that was never published publicly or anything, and it was more of a joke. So really, right now, this is the first proper one. And I'll give a little bit of a disclaimer for regular Godzilla Gallery viewers. I'm not going to be going too in-depth into a lot of these toys because I want to talk about them in their own separate videos at a certain point in the future. People have been begging me to do a GFest haul, so here it is. Alright, let's get moving with the GFest XXX 30 2025 haul video. So the convention itself starts on Friday, but I actually arrived on Tuesday just to hang out with friends for a couple of days before the convention actually started. And I didn't get anything on Tuesday, but on Wednesday I did receive a gift from my brother, Belaski Films. Hot Wheels, Back to the Future, Biff Tannen's car covered in manure. This is a really good start to this haul. I mean, what else can you ask, you know? A couple weeks before, online, I actually bought a couple of toys from my friends Gazner and Boats Can Fly, who were both arriving on Wednesday as well. So on Wednesday night, I got 2005 Ultraman Max Antler figure with the tag from Gazner, and the SH Figuarts King Joe from Boats Can Fly. Thanks so much to all three of those. Go support their channels. They're going to be in the description. There's going to be a lot of channels in the description of this video because I bought a lot of things from a lot of friends of the channel. So moving on to Thursday, we ended up wandering into the autograph room right as it opened on Thursday night. A little pro tip about the autograph room, there's really good deals on Ultraman stuff in particular there. So if you're into Ultraman, kind of stalk around that autograph room. That might be good for you. So through that, I got all of these toys. There's the Ultraman Orb Maga Bosser toy with the card, the Ultraman Orb Maga Joppa toy with the card, Bandai Ultra Monster Series Dinosaur Tank with the tag, the Ultra Monster Series Impelizer with the card and tag, the Ultra Monster Series EX Grand King with the card and the tag as well, and the big one, the Ultra Monster Series U-Killersaurus with the tag. If you know how expensive this thing can get, when I say I got this thing for a really good price, I mean it. Friend of the channel, Taylor Minster, who you might know from Daikaiju Legends, actually went to Japan back in November and got me a gift that he gave to me here at GFest. That being the November 2024 issue of Animage. This is the one that promotes Nokotan, because Nokotan was airing at the time, and it also came with a big poster of this cover. We don't care about that, that's not Godzilla. I also got 2 DVD boxes of Space Amoeba and Atragon. I don't really get these for the DVDs, but they come with so much bonus stuff, you know, promotional material, manga adaptations, posters, and things that for the price they offer them for, usually at GFest, these are more than worth it. Also on Thursdays when pre-registration opened, which meant I got my GFest badge and the GFest program book, which were free again this year. That's very good. In 2022, they were like normal and just free. And then in 2023, they tried to do a digital-only thing that everyone hated, and then last year they cost like $250 to buy. But this year, when they handed you your badge, they handed you a program book as well. And this is definitely one of the better programs in GFest history. It's all color, the pages are really nice, the print quality is really good. So I mean, good on them. I mean, we're back to how things were and even better. Keeping on with me buying toys from friends before the convention, then getting them delivered at GFest, we have this huge mess right here. To start, I got the Bandai Daimajin with the tag from Kolorisik, and then very good friend of the channel, Rado, got me all this stuff. So we have the original Chogokin Mechagodzilla 1974 here, which came with the box and all the accessories. All 3 Godzilla SP forms with their respective tags. The giant 1991 Godzilla Bandai. This is definitely one of my personal favorite things I got at the convention this year. Definitely pick this thing up if you're thinking about getting it. Now, if you spent any time at GFest, especially if you waited in the dealer's room line on Friday morning, you'll know about a guy who runs the vendor's hall named Dave Nunez. Now, Dave's kind of an eccentric guy. He'll come out every year, "The dealer's room is open for business!" He'll be really kind of wild and crazy and just hype up the crowd a ton. And friend of the channel, RoboZilla64, is a very big fan of Dave. Robo also happens to be a jack of every trade in existence. Which, when you combine those two things, you end up with a figure of Dave. And don't worry, Dave got one as well. The real Dave, that is, not fake Figure Dave, the real Dave Nunes, got one. He loves it, don't worry. That's a wrap on Thursday, which means we're moving into the convention proper on Friday. I actually only bought one YMSF toy this year. Usually I buy a lot more. Maybe if the prices weren't getting so ludicrous, I would have bought more, but what can you do? And that is the YMSF Closed Frill Zetus from Gammer the Brave. This figure looks really nice. This is one of the better looking YMSFs, especially in recent years, except for the eye. The eye looks terrible. The eyes are not that color in the movie. They're not this like cartoony black and white. I don't know what happened with the eyes, but I'm probably gonna go in and repaint that because that's gonna take like 10 minutes to repaint and I'm gonna like it a lot more forever. But if you see this guy come up on Instagram or something, definitely get him. I recommend him. He's a good 6-inch Zetus, especially if you already have the Bandai Toto. Then came my first run in the dealer's room on Friday morning when the doors opened at 10 o'clock. And I got all this. So first up, it's the Gigabrain 1962 Glow Blue Gold Godzilla. I've been eyeing this thing up before the convention even started. I wanted to get a Godzilla Sofubi by the time I left this year because I always forget to and I run out of money before I get one. So I stalked around, I figured out which one I wanted. I knew this one was going to be at the Ghetto Vinyl table, which is Mike Johnson's table, which if you've ever been to Club Tokyo, he's the guy who runs that, and I'm very glad to have this thing. In the dark, this thing looks amazing. It really glows. It's fantastic. I love it. This is one of my favorite figures I own now. Next up was the old Bandai 8-inch Destroya. The previous night, I'd gone to the Pickwick to see Godzilla vs. Destroya in theaters, and seeing Destroya there kind of put me over the edge in finally getting this thing. Also, there was the 2018 movie Monster Series Destroya, which was too small, and I was kind of waiting for them to do a redo version, and when they did, it was still too small. So I said, whatever, I'm done with this, and I decided to finally get the old one. And I gotta say, he's really cool. I really like this thing. Definitely get it if you want a big Destroya, even though earlier today, as of shooting this, was kind of a leak that they might be doing a big Destroya, so this thing might be needless here in a few months, who knows. Here's another figure I walked into the dealer's room wanting, the Bandai Cretaceous Ghidorah. I'm a huge fan of Rebirth of Mothra 3. I've had Granny Ghidorah for many years now, and I just never gotten this figure for whatever reason. So, very happy to have this one. Every year my friends and I decide for one toy to be our designated G-Fest figure. And this year was set in stone as Dancing Godzilla Movie Monster Series. This thing is really great. If you want a Godzilla 65, get this thing. If you just want a toy of Dancing Godzilla, get it. It's cool. This was something else I walked into the dealer's room wanting, the new MMS Little Godzilla. This is sort of a spur-of-the-moment purchase because friend of the channel Sam the Gigan fan got one on Thursday in the autograph room. Flying Mecha Godzilla. I don't know, at first I wasn't really sold on this thing until I saw it in person. I really do like how this is accurate to the prop and not just, what if Mecha Godzilla was flying? Very good friend of the channel, Loopy Gub, gave me this, the golden Hedorah MMS with the tag. I then got the Toy Dreams Project Anguirus, which is supposed to be 1955. You saw the last video on Anguirus toys, you know the whole debacle with this. This is a part of that as well. And then I got Little Baby Green Minya, YMSF. I'm gonna have to stand up for this next one because I can't really show it from here, so I hope you don't get too scared. From one of my best friends who is in the Artist Alley, Medic Art, I got her Gotengo keychain. If you didn't stop by Medic Art's table this year, definitely try to next year if she's there. Her art is amazing. She does great prints, great stickers, great keychains, great everything. If you've ever wanted a cool little nifty piece of Godzilla art on your keychain or a sticker on your wall, go to her booth, alright? Go support her, alright? Now let's move on to Saturday. Saturday is traditionally the day I get the least toys on, and that stayed true here as well. Now I have a tradition I do each G-Fest where I get the new Ultraman from the new Ultraman series. I've been doing this since G-Fest switched to the Hyatt in 2022 with Ultraman Decker. And this year on Friday, I couldn't find the brand new Ultraman, Ultraman Omega. But I was talking to a couple of booths and one of them said, we'll have him tomorrow. So I did everything in my power to get in there as soon as possible and get him, and here he is. This is from the starter set that comes with a little Omega Meteor and a little booklet about the series, but that's somewhere else and I don't want to dig it out. But yeah, my tradition continues. I didn't get him on the first day, he wasn't the very first thing I got in the dealer's room, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Omega so far has been really, really good. I've been thinking about doing a video on the first 2 episodes or just the series as it goes along. So if you would like to see that, leave a comment below, and if you want to see me talk about Ultraman Omega. I know that's pretty different from talking about Godzilla toys, but who knows? Next thing I got was another thing that was on my list walking in, the old Bandai Rodan 1956. I then got a figure that was a very long time coming, and I was really hoping I could get this year, and I finally did the Bandai Movie Monster Series Manila 2004 with the tag. Now on Friday when I got the Glow Blue Gold Gigabrain 1962 Godzilla, I was eyeing up a figure that was right next to it. And I thought it over overnight, and I thought it over for most of Saturday, and about maybe 2 hours before the dealer's room closed, I went in there and finally got the Gigabrain Clear White Glitter Gigan. I then stopped by the Sun Guts table and got the Sun Guts Anguirus. I then went back to the Artist's Alley and got the Beast of the Cyberzoic Akilobator. If you know me at all, you know Akilobator is my favorite dinosaur. And then you might be seeing this thing and going, hey, don't you already have this toy? That's true, I actually brought him from home to get him signed. That's right, Mr. Shinichi Wakasa, the sculptor of Godzilla 2000, was a guest this year, so I had to bring this and get the tag signed. So that's all for Saturday, let's move on to Sunday though. So to start on Sunday, I got the Bandai Go Baguba from Kamen Rider Kuga. Next up, Otaku America brought back the Giant Claw exclusive from last year, this time in a colorway I kind of wanted a little more. Last year the colors were really crazy and out there, and I was like, I kind of want a definitive Giant Claw figure. So I got this poster orange color version of the Giant Claw. I'm very glad to have this. I love the Giant Claw. Shout out the Giant Claw. I then got the original Movie Monster Series Burning Godzilla. I love how he's sculpted in orange vinyl and you can actually shine a light through him and he glows like he does in the movie, and getting him with the tag, that's pretty good. I then got the new MMS Mothra 92. Not much to really say about this one. I just kind of needed a Mothra 92 and I didn't want to pay that much for the plastic wing one, so here you go, Mothra 92. I also got the SH Figuarts Ultra 7. For whatever reason, I just never got this one, and I have the other 5 Ultra Brothers, so I was like, I gotta get 7 to complete the set, so there's 7. Once again, very good friend of the channel, Luby Gub, came in clutch with Varmint Parababy Godzilla 1962 with a building. This thing is awesome, thank you so much, I love this thing. Longtime viewers of the channel, I mean really longtime viewers, might recognize this. This is the custom painted WINR Sevenger from Ultraman Powered Volume 2, which for a while ended up in the hands of Belaski Films, until this G-Fest when he finally gave it back to me. This thing was eyeing me down in the autograph room all weekend long, but it was just too much, and on Sunday it went down to a price that I think was a little more manageable. Popey's Space Mammy from Ultraman 80. This is officially now the oldest thing I own in my collection, and oh my god is it cool. The amount of play features they crammed into this thing is ludicrous. If you can ever get this thing for a good price and you're a fan of 80, get it, it's cool. And then the last 2 things I got in the dealer's room were VHS tape of the original Jurassic Park and a VHS tape of The Lost World. And just to wrap everything up, let's talk about some shirts. Usually I don't get many shirts at G-Fest. I usually get just that year's G-Fest shirt and that's it. But this year I actually got 4. So first up is the white G-Fest shirt with a little logo in the corner, and then a design on the back by Bob Eggleton. This is definitely one of my favorite G-Fest shirts now. It's super duper comfortable, I love it a lot. Next up from Aardvark Tees was a t-shirt I meant to get last year, but they sold out of it before I could get it. Their Shinden Blueprint shirt. This was technically the actual last thing I bought in the dealer's room. This Doctor Who Tom Baker era t-shirt. If you know me personally, you know next to Godzilla, Doctor Who is my #1 interest. And the Tom Baker era is one of my favorites, so it's cool to have a shirt with, you know, the mummies from Pyramids of Mars, or the robot from Robot, or the bug from Ark in Space. It's just cool to have. This is a really nice shirt. And then the final thing in our video that we're going to be talking about is my shirt from very good friend of the channel, GPTV. So here it is, my personal GPTV shirt. This is genuinely one of the most comfortable articles of clothing I own. Thank you very much. And yeah, that's about it. Here's pretty much the best look I could give you at the full haul, not including the shirts. This is definitely my biggest haul I've ever had from G-Fest. Maybe next year I'll step back a little bit and buy a little less, but who knows, I'll probably buy more. Thanks so much for bearing with me. I know this episode was a little different than usual, but if you're just perusing around G-Fest halls and you stumbled across this one, stick around, see some other videos here on the channel. If you liked this, I'm sure you're gonna like the Godzilla Gallery videos. I mentioned them throughout, but go watch those as well. You're gonna be seeing a lot of these in upcoming Godzilla Gallery videos, I can assure you of that. So that's all from me. I hope you had a great G-Fest if you went. If you didn't go, I hope to see you next year. Make sure to like the video, comment on the video, give me your thoughts. What'd you buy? Show me what you got. Share this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. Alright, I'll see ya.